Hi everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel, and today I am playing a demo, and it is called In the Ladies' Embrace. This game comes from Jose After Dark, a game jam that primarily focuses on romance, romance for the female gaze, with sometimes, I don't know or not, with some spice. Very excited to try out some games from here, so this is one of a few. And I've had this in my holds for the last month, so I'm finally getting to it. Very excited. I briefly looked at the synopsis for this game, but don't really want to, ruin it since it's pretty short anyway, so we'll get all the information we need. But let's just get into it so that, we can all get on the same page. Again, this is a demo, so it's gonna be relatively short. It shouldn't be more than about half an hour, I think, is what I was told. So maybe a little longer because I always make my comments and things. Anyways, let's get started. Ooh, a piece of paper, parchment. To my dear mother, it has been 6 months since I've married Lord Ravenswood, and since I have been living in his magnificent manor. Life in the city is very pleasant, and I hope I will be able to invite you very soon to discover it. There are many places I would like to show you. Lord Ravenswood works hard to cater to all my needs and makes me gifts of everything I desire. He takes care of me and is very kind. Recently, he presented me with a flower bouquet without any reason. Okay, oh. I'm truly grateful that Father has arranged this marriage for me. I couldn't have hoped for a better partner in life. I hope to see you soon. Your daughter. Eleanor is the default name, so we're gonna go with Eleanor. Also, is that a lie? Are we just writing to her mother to assuage any fears about our new life with our, marriage to Lord Ravenswood? Oh, okay. This is also like a Victorian period setting, so that'll be fun. I do not want to subject people to my poor interpretation of whatever a Victorian period British English accent would be, so bear with me. You'll just hear my American self. Hello, Eleanor. I like the blinking. I also like that we got the little character sprite on the side here, and the interface is really cool. I really love that. I also love this room, though it's just like a bed. Is it like a twin size bed? Shouldn't we have a bigger bed if we're like the lady of the house? Anyways, I guess we'll see. If only that was the truth. Sadly, the reality was completely different, and I can't easily say to my mother that this marriage is worse than the previous one. Worse? What happened in the other one? After all, it has been weeks since I last saw Eugene, and since our wedding, our conversations can be counted on the fingers of one hand. This is certainly not the relationship I dreamed of, but indifference is better than abuse. Okay. Yes, but that doesn't mean we can't reach for the stars. Poor Eleanor. I'm glad that she was able to get out of the last situation, but this one's not ideal either. So, even if I'm not happy, I'm satisfied. No, the truth is, I feel a little sad about the situation, but what can I do? I neatly fold the letter and slip it in an envelope, and then hand it to Lily, my maid. Can you send it to my parents? Yes, my lady. I shall take care of it. Thank you. She leaves the room and I sit back down. My mother would say I have the grace of a beach seal if she was here. But why should I be so formal when there isn't anyone to see me anyway? I stare at the invitation I have yet to answer to, but I put it away, reluctant to do it right now. I sometimes wonder why he agreed to marry me if he was going to avoid me. True. I mean, maybe it's a convenience thing, so people stop pestering him about getting married? Is this his first marriage? I want to know. Or something else is going on with work or other things. Who knows? Either way, I'm not sure I want to know the answer. I feel like it will be unpleasant. I suddenly hear the characteristic sound of the front door opening, and I stand up, surprised. I'm not waiting for anyone, so I open my bedroom door and wait at the top of the stairs, out of sight, and see my husband. Husband? I'm surprised to see him back after so much time away. He is talking to the butler, who takes his jacket. He then proceeds to the stairs. I watch him walk up the stairs, and that is when he sees me, visibly surprised. Hello, husband. Where have you been? Good afternoon, Eleanor. He is as expressive as ever when he looks at me. He himself must wonder why we are married. I mean, we should greet him, you know. Good afternoon, Lord Ravenswood. I bow slightly out of courtesy. I have for my only answer a long silence, so I take a breath. You must be tired. You should rest. I am fine. A man of many words, I see. My polite smile isn't in any way honest, but I can't ignore him entirely. Have a nice evening. Very awkward. I then walk to the drawing room for tea. I admit I'm hard on him. Are you? It's very awkward. Like, what are you supposed to do if you don't feel like this person wants to have a conversation? Ooh, I like the orange in here. Ooh, and a rocking chair. Okay, you're allowed to be angry. Only I'm angry with him. I'm served plain black tea, and I drink it silently. Maybe I should have made some effort. I mean, you kind of did. You can try next time. But, to my biggest surprise, Eugene sits down in front of me and asks to be served some tea as well. Is this like one of the first times you guys are having tea together? This is kind of wild that we're witnessing this. He is rubbing his hand while he looks at his tea. Do you have something you wish to ask me? Did I do something to make you angry? I don't know what to say. I thought I was tired of not piquing the interest of my own husband, but the bitterness I feel when I hear him indicates the opposite. I take a big breath to contain my emotions. You did nothing. Maybe that's why we're angry. That is the truth of both sides. So why do you seem so angry? Precisely because you haven't done anything. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. We have been married for 6 months already, and you never once behaved as a husband. Wow. My dude, that's a long time to not behave. Like check in, or at least establish that you're going to be gone for long periods of time. I need to know the story, but 6 months is a long time. You never talk to me. You never invite me to your evening parties. Ooh, that's also not very good. I didn't expect love at first sight, but I would have wished for a match of friendship and respect. Felt. Exactly, okay. I know this is an arranged marriage, and you would have rather avoided it, given a choice. But after everything I went through, don't you think I deserve better than disinterest? He's just silent, speechless. Sir, you must say something. I stare at him, but he's the first to avert his eyes. What would he answer? I would really like to hear him say that it was nothing, that everything will change. Why is it so complicated to want some respect and affection? I feel tears welling up. I decide to stand to lock myself in my bedchamber. My cup is still half full. Wait. Eugene grabs me, but I remove my arm firmly. I don't want to hear his answer. not at the moment. I hear a sigh and leave the room to lock myself in my bedchamber. Okay, while I totally validate Eleanor's feelings of not wanting to hear an answer right now, I feel like this was the moment we were going to get something, more information. But, again, we have to, build some tension and things. We can't just resolve everything so easily on the first go. That would be not as interesting for a story. Okay, but we're running away. And this is how my husband disappears once again. For how long this time? Days pass. He comes back home every evening, but we never cross paths. I only hear the sound of his steps through the corridor which separate my bedroom from his. One afternoon, however, someone knocks at my bedroom door. Would it be possible for us to talk? I hoped he would come, but I'm afraid I might be shown the door, so I'm nervous. I shouldn't have pointed my anger at him. Everything will be fine. I breathe in, stand up, and walk towards the door to open it. Good morning, Lord Ravenswood. After 6 whole months. Good morning. And you can call me by my first name if you wish so. After 6 months. It's fine. We are married, after all. On paper, we are. But only on paper. May I come in? I need to talk to you for a couple of minutes. Of course. Even if my emotions urge me to refuse, my reason is more powerful. I step aside to let him in. Please do. Sit down. I do, and he follows me. I've crossed the line the other day, and I fear I'll have to suffer the consequences now. I what? He closes his eyes, searching for the right words. However, I'm sure he's practiced them plenty of times before coming here. I apologize. He runs his hand over his face and stares at the floor. I didn't intend to neglect you. Rather, given your situation and your previous marriage, I wished for you to have the space to recover. Okay, basic human, decency. Apologies. Recognizing, acknowledging situation, apologizing for actions despite intentions. We love an explanation. This totally makes sense. Though, I will say, communicating that in the beginning, probably within the first, day or two would have been very important. And it is very thoughtful, but also communicating that earlier on would have been nice. I never expected an apology. Even if all is not forgiven, my heart feels much lighter without the growing bitterness I felt. Perhaps this is not the end. By behaving this way, you acted like my ex-husband. I do not need pity nor compassion. I simply wanted a husband who would be there for me. A normal relationship. Okay, we're communicating. And you have received the information, Eugene. Eugene seems to realize his mistake, since he remains silent, so I add some words. I don't know the reason you chose me when you had candidates who surpassed me in title, beauty, and honorable paths. I can't say the word paths. Maybe you wish to be left alone, but that's not a wish I can grant. He shakes his head. Eugene chose me for an unknown reason, but it might not be the one I thought. I didn't wish to hurt you. I know we started our marriage on the wrong foot. I can see how nervous he is, so I nod and continue listening to him. But would you agree to grant me a second chance? I don't have to think about it too long. Of course. I see my husband's shoulders relax immediately. Was he truly so nervous? Thank you. I promise I shall treat you better. Caress. I mean, both options are good. I guess it's just the degree to which we want to, like, physically interact with him. Am I pushing it if I caress his arm? I feel like that's a lot, you know? But also, I feel like I don't know why. This is just a demo. What's gonna happen in the demo that my choices really matter? I'm not sure. We can caress his arm. We're just, you know, whatever. This is a game. I caress his arm to reassure him. I would be lying if I said I trusted him, but I have to take a step forward as well. That is true. He shooketh. A couple is comprised of two people, and I have my own wrongs in this situation. I mean, she could have also tried to speak to him, but I equally think that, you know, they each could have done other things to have remedied this misunderstanding early on, but that's okay because, you know, we are only human. And what's important now is that they take the choice and continual choice to move forward with one another. I want to show him I'm ready to change as well. That's true. If you just smiled at him, then, like, it seems like you're just more distant, but okay, we'll see. It's nothing. I'm aware that our issues won't vanish in the span of a day, but with effort, it is my hope that our relationship will improve. Okay, for the win. Okay, this is good. Good footing. The following weeks go better. Eugene has stopped avoiding me, and he even greets me when he returns. I'm sure the servants and other employees are just like, wow, the lord and lady are getting along very well. That's good. I'd be gossiping about it. I'd just be so happy for them. Already, it is a big improvement. I feel more serene, even if I cannot help wondering what he does during his long absences. Could you not ask him? But I can't bring myself to ask him, as if Eleanor had heard my thoughts. If he has a mistress, I have no interest in finding out, so I would rather be ignorant and content with the actual improvements. Okay, fair. Good afternoon, Eleanor. How are you doing? I was so lost in thought that I didn't hear him coming in, so I turned back in surprise. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. To be fair, he always appears when I least expect it. I'm fine. And you? Precisely at this moment, the butler comes in and tells him his presence is required. I'm sorry. I have to go. Go? Don't make him wait? Oh, like the person? I picked this because we're communicating, so we express our feelings. Although I would have preferred to engage in actual conversation, holding him back is not an option. However, he must feel my disappointment as he takes a step toward me. I look at Eugene. As usual, he will not even look at me. Do you wish to come with me? There's a short silence before I react, too surprised by the proposal. Oh, yes, of course. I can't help but smile, and even more when he holds out his arm for me to grasp. I do. I feel like I'm touching him for the first time. The contact is not even romantic, and yet I feel my heartbeat rise for the first time in forever. We walk together to the parlor, where I discover a man about the same age as my husband. He has an elegant and fashionable outfit. He also seems easier to get along with than Eugene. Really? How do you know that? Just initial impressions? Good afternoon, Edwin. Allow me to introduce you to Eleanor Ravenswood, my wife. Hello, Edwin. I like your jacket color. How fun. Good afternoon. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Edwin Landon. He bows politely, and I greet him with an equally polite smile. It is a strange thing, meeting someone close to my husband when I cannot make the same claim. Pleasure to meet you as well, sir. Please, call me Edwin. My best friend's wife is like family. I nod in silence, and Eugene tells us to take a seat. Oh, they're besties. I sit next to Eugene, still holding his arm. I don't plan on letting it go anywhere. I feel like if I let him move away, I will not get another chance to be this close to him. The butler serves us black tea with a flowery smell. Eugene stares at me for a moment. I smile in reply, but he averts his eyes. What has brought you here, Edwin? I'm going to try and make these sound different, but default, as previously discussed, is just like the same voice. Good thing there's only two of them. I need some help from you, Eugene. Of course, if your lady will also agree to it. I have found a job quite close in the city, but sadly, I have nowhere to stay. Edwin is a little tense. He knows that his request could be rejected, especially when Eugene is running his hand over his face, himself wondering how he should answer. I would not mind it if you stayed, but... I'm surprised to see him turn toward me. I think it is you, Eleanor, who has to make a decision. Why would it be me? Edwin is a stranger to you. I would understand if you didn't wish to house him. I mean, your bestie's in need. This is also, I mean, in general, like, I don't think there's any reason to deny, even though there's no choice to, so I can't deny. But there's no real reason to deny, although I guess, like, considering her previous marriage, maybe that would be something to consider, like, maybe just not trusting, you know, a man who's not known to you, particularly. I mean, so is your husband to some degree, but, I mean, like, whatever, that's different, at least in this case. But we can accept with a smile. Of course, he is welcome here. After all, this is your friend, not just anyone. We have to take care of him. This is a golden opportunity for me, so I make a show of my enthusiasm, which seems to surprise him. Really, it doesn't bother you? Of course not. Should it? No, but Never mind. I never thought that he would be so disappointed. Well, they didn't let me decline my dude, so... Your buddy's coming to live at the house. Well, if that is your choice. Really? I can stay. Edwin's smile is surprising. He is so cheerful compared to Eugene. I was gonna say Edward. The names are just, you know, spilling in together. I hope his presence will bring joy to the house, and perhaps to Eugene. You are an important friend of my husband. I would not take him away from his friends. Eugene is surprised to see how much I care about him. I told you already, but don't feel pressure to accept. I do not have to, but I want to. He softly holds arms. My arm? Our arms? And smiles at me for the first time in a long time. It might be his first ever true smile since we got married. His touch makes me feel happy and peaceful. I hope our relationship will continue to improve. Thank you. With the blushing. I'm the one who has to thank you. I will do my best not to bother you, my lady. I don't doubt it. Thanks to you, Sir Landon. I stand up and bow. I will come back in a few days' time to move my belongings. We will get a guest room ready during that time to welcome you properly. He takes my hands and gently squeezes them. Thank you. I vowed to make it up to you. Stop bothering her. Eugene pushes him away, and Sir Landon gives me a big smile. Soon after, he bids me a polite goodbye before leaving. Goodbye. Eugene stares discreetly before averting his eyes when he sees me notice. Is there something you would like to say? No, it's nothing. I was thinking that you became, Never mind. It's not important. A what? He really won't finish. Please, tell me. Blush, blush. Were you going to compliment her? Maybe. I have to send a letter, rather, urgently. I will see you for dinner. He walks quickly to the door. No, wait. Too late. He already left. I let out a sigh and sit down. What did he want to say? I don't know. If I know, I'm not a mind reader. The following day, we prepared the bedchamber for Sir Landon's arrival. It had to be worthy of his title. We wouldn't very well put him in one of the servants' quarters, but at the same time, the only other room befitting such a guest was mine, since Eugene and I didn't sleep together. This is how, with Eugene's approval, I requested to have my belongings moved into the room I would now share with him. Ha ha. We love that. Thus the day of Sir Landon's move arrives. His room is now ready. I'm a little nervous at the idea of welcoming a stranger in the manor, but Sir Landon seemed to be a gentleman when we met. There's no reason that anything bad ought to happen. I join Eugene, who is reading the newspaper in the parlor, and sit down next to him. I was just admiring the waistcoat. Okay. I could have just been like, what was I reading? Didn't have to tell you guys why, but here we are. Sir Landon's bedchamber is ready. He turns towards me. As usual, he remains inexpressive. Thank you, Eleanor. Were you able to fit all your belongings in their new places? Yes, thanks to the space you made for them. I'm grateful. Neither him or I dare talk about the fact that we'll be sleeping together for the first time since our wedding. I see. Feel free to tell me if you need more room. I will make sure you have all the space you need. Good. I won't hesitate. Thank you. Silence falls between us until Sir Landon's arrival. Ding dong. Good morning, Eugene, my lady. I am grateful for your help. Good morning, Sir Landon. It's a pleasure to see you. It's nothing, Edwin. Let me show you your room. You weren't quite so cold before. Are you trying to make a good impression on your wife? It's a whisper, but loud enough for me to hear, didn't realize. Especially since Sir Landon is looking at me out of the corner of his eye. Stop lying. I have always been this way. He pushes his friend towards his bedroom, and I follow after them. They seem close, and I wonder where they met. Eugene didn't volunteer any information on the subject. Eugene! Wouldn't you be like, so, my friend Edwin, we met when we were in college together or something. Or, I don't know how old you guys are. Or, I don't know. Are you nobility? I'm assuming. So, did you go to college? I don't know what's happening over here. You guys met the club. Your gentleman club. Something at least just like we've known each other for this many years and we frequently see each other, especially if you're besties. I would think that information would help like my significant other feel at ease, given that, my bestie is going to live at the house now. But I guess we'll just have to find that information out for ourselves. And I guess we could also ask, that's the other option. I hope the room suits you. Eleanor prepared it for you. Oh, I moved. It's a really nice space. Knowing Eugene, I thought he would sleep in the attic. If it were up to me. Well, this is your friend and our guest. He needs a fitting room. Eugene pouts, and I can't help but stifle a laugh. You're only so kind to him because you don't know him. And yet, he's your friend. He is hard on me, is he not? Should I guess maybe okay, right now I'm just going for anything that I think is good for the relationship between Eleanor and Eugene, I'm choosing. Maybe there is a good reason. I use my answer as a way to tease Sir Landon, but the proud stare I get from Eugene is surprising. She seems to trust me more than she does you. You're a tad bit too proud for something so obvious. You are her husband. Of course you have her trust. Sir Landon is amused too, and teases Eugene as well. Take the time you need to settle in, Edwin. I have some work to finish. See you later, Eleanor. We will eat lunch together if you are all right with it. It would be a pleasure. See you later, Lord Ravenswood. The see you later feels like out of place to me as like a greeting, but like given the Victorian period era, but Because it's like, that's something I say all the time. Like, see you later. You know, and it's 2024 now, so. Anyways, he takes a short look at me, then glances at Sir Landon before leaving the room. Eugene is silent as always. Even if I have come to recognize that he is more open, even if I have to recognize that he is more open with Sir Landon, I will surely have plenty of occasion to find more while he stays with us. The fact that I'm standing at the door soon catches the attention of Sir Landon, who approaches me. Oh, hello. Did you need to talk to me, Lady Ravenswood? I like your outfit, so nice. Really goes well with all of you. Suits you. He pulls me out of my thoughts, and I take a step back, taken aback by his proximity. Sir Landon has a truly beautiful face, there is no doubt, but now is not the time to focus on it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask. Where did you meet? Where did you meet? And I have to admit, I'm quite curious. After all, Eugene is not one to talk about himself, so perhaps Sir Landon will be able to give me more information. Oh, you want me to tell you your husband's little secrets? I know quite a few if you're interested. He draws near, whispering to avoid prying ears. Oh, nothing of the sort. It's simply that he never mentioned you. He could have made an effort. He doesn't even talk about his close friends. We studied together, and often attended evening parties together in the past. See, I was like, they're study buddies. They're college buds, you know? Oh, really? And what kind of student was he? Too serious. While most of us like to meet women at parties, well, he was there, studying and working. So you were a not so serious man, huh? Maybe I should be more careful. I give him a teasing look, and he straightens up. He waves his hand in front of himself. No, absolutely not. Not anymore. I've gotten older, you see. I must say I'm skeptical, but I'm a married woman anyhow. His romantic dealings are not my business, though you could meddle in them if you want to play matchmaker. That would be at least entertaining. You can do whatever you want. It is not my business. Even so, I would like to preserve my good image. Please do not worry. This is nothing that could tarnish your image in my eyes. Well, you should unpack. I will see you at lunch. See you later, Lady Ravenswood. He smiles and waves at me. I wave back before resuming my trip to my own bedchamber. Ooh, cute. I close my eyes once I enter. I admit I'm nervous for tonight, but we're married after all. This should be normal. I pass the few hours until lunch organizing my belongings in the room's assortment of furniture. I encounter no issues since Eugene left a lot of space. I try not to overtake the room, even if, contrary to him, I have a lot of clothes, which complicates things. Lily, my maid, knocks on the door just as I'm finishing. You should have told me. I would have helped you. You already have a lot to do. I can put away my own clothes. It's not that much. She comes closer, a frown on her face, and I take a few steps back. Lady Ravenswood, is it possible that you've busied yourself with organizing to avoid asking Lord Ravenswood to accompany you to Lady Ashley's birthday party? Is that the invite that we got? Probably. I avert my eyes, unable to hide my guilt. She is your closest friend. You should answer. I know. Don't look at me that way. I will answer. Are you stalling for fear of being rejected by Lord Ravenswood? That's right. Eugene was not a very talkative person, and he never took me to his parties. I have a very good reason to believe he will reject me. No. He won't bite, I'm sure. You are married. You have spent nights together. A question isn't going to upend your life. They've spent nights under the same roof, but, they haven't spent nights together, at least in the same bed. We do love a one-bed trope. At least, I say we, I say me. That's not really the case. that's not really the case, which is one of this relationship's many issues. We even spent our wedding night apart. How well are you keeping it from the staff? They must notice. I was fully ready too. He just simply refused to make love. Well, I mean, again, maybe that was more of the consideration on your end, but communication about all this is very key. There is no particular reason. I'm simply not used to asking him for favors. Well, you will ask him today, won't you? I wonder who is truly the mistress of this house. You, my lady. I'm just taking care to remind you of your duties. She stares at me with confidence, and I know she does that to help me. Escaping my responsibilities is not a really mature thing to do. And I also have to take on my responsibilities. I will talk to him today. Very well. Lunch is ready, so you should go. Lord Ravenswood and Sir Landon must be waiting. Couldn't you have started with that? I rush outside the room and quickly run down the stairs to join them. I am happy to have her as my boss. I feel like the two voices there are the same, and that's fine. I can't really do my voice has been very, weak relatively lately, so that's kind of what you're hearing, if you're noticing it at all. Anyways, ooh, cute little dining area. I'm already out of breath when I arrive in front of the dining room, so I lean on the door for a moment. When I finally compose myself, I enter the room. Apologies for making you wait. It's no problem. Don't worry. Please, sit down. His gaze points towards my seat, but Sir Landon jumps up and pulls out my chair for me. Thank you. I'm surprised, but I appreciate the gesture. Eugene stares with a mix of confusion and irritation. But it must be because I'm late, and not that his best friend pulled a chair out for me and is being extra polite. He's like, you need to step up your game, sir, actually. Sir Landon sits back down, and our lunch is served in silence right until Edwin breaks it. I start work at the bank on Wednesday. I hope you'll make sure to ask for me, Eugene. He winks at his friend, who gives him an amused smile. We will if you prove yourself competent, friend or not. That is what's most important. I'm pretty sure I'll be the best banker you've ever met. It shouldn't prove too hard. Try to not disappoint me. Despite the way Eugene is talking, I can see how close he is to Sir Landon. He tends to avoid people who annoy him, and despite Sir Landon's words, he lets him speak. Allow me to pose one question. Why are you not working with your family? Let's say my father would rather I have my first experiences somewhere other than the family business. Even if he smiles, I feel like there is a deeper reason for his coming here. I see. Well, I'm pretty sure you will manage easily. Whatever he is hiding is none of my business, so I can only wish him the best. The remainder of lunch goes smoothly. We talk about news and rumors, the last of which seems to interest Sir Landon a lot when compared to Eugene, who sighs all along. And this is how we finish and go back to our respective activities. Early in the afternoon, I do nothing but walk in circles around the manor. I said to Lily I would go to see Eugene, but I don't feel up to getting rejected just now. But Lily soon sees and all but pushes me in the front of the door to Eugene's study. Stop avoiding him, Lady Ravenswood. She leaves again, and I stand in front of the door. Well, I can't continue postponing this forever, so I suppose I should get it done once and for all. I knock on Eugene's door. It is Eleanor. Can we talk? Ooh. After a short silence, the door opens, and there is Eugene, but he seems surprised to see me. Is there something wrong, Eleanor? No, not at all. I only wish to ask something of you, if at all possible. He lets out a sigh and signals for me to enter. Then he pulls out a chair for me. Am I bothering enough to warrant such a loud sigh? He's probably just maybe that was a relief sigh, or maybe he's just I don't know. I would feel that way though too, Eleanor, so who knows? Who knows? He sits down after me, his elbows on the table. So, What do you need from me? I don't know why I am nervous. We are married. Oh, well. Lady Ashley invited us to her birthday party. I make a short pause. Would you like to come with me? Speechless. He looks at me, a little lost. I was sure it was a bad idea. It would be my pleasure. Do tell me everything I need to know, and we'll attend together. Yes. I'm rooting for them. Okay. Oh. It was so easy. I postponed it for so long for that. If I had only asked earlier, I would have saved myself so much stress. It is very scary though, and honestly, you only more recently, communicated to have a better relationship, so I get that. I deserve it for not talking to him when I needed to. Well, the party is in 2 weeks' time. I will give you the invite. Thank you. It's nothing. I never thought you would ask. Well, you are my husband, even if our marriage was arranged. It is my duty to treat you as my spouse. Even if I haven't, until now. I see. The silence settles. Talking about a relationship is always a complicated matter. The distance between us that has done nothing but increase over the last 6 months is difficult to bridge. I wiggle my fingers while staring at his desk until he breaks the silence. Is Sir Landon's presence really not bothering you? I can always have a talk with him if he does anything to displease you. He truly is worried I accepted out of obligation. Do not worry. Your friend is welcome here. Oh, cute. Oh, look at them. Look at this light coming in and they're both blushing. Oh, I love this. There's... Sorry, I saw the hands. They're so cute. He puts his hand on mine and I jump a bit, startled. Promise me that if he is ever rude to you, you will tell me. I will. I promise you. I turn my hand towards him, then run my fingers over his to reassure him. Ooh. I slowly rub his fingers with my thumb. I have full trust in you. His gaze is confident and calm, and moreover is directed towards me. I do not even know what he might be thinking. But I would do anything to have him look at me this way, rather than his constant avoidance. It's when he acts like this that I feel hopeful about our marriage becoming more than a simple contract. I eventually remove my hand from his and stand up. Cute. You have work to do. I will not bother you any further. See you later, Lord Ravenswood. See you later, Eleanor. I bow before leaving the room. I'm quite relieved to see things working out when I imagined the worst. The only thing remaining is finally sending an answer to Lady Ashley. I go to town with Lily to post the letter. Our walk lasts a couple of hours, during which I clear my mind. The start of the day was quite eventful, so the walk helps me settle down. Ooh, where are we? Lily is always good company, too, so conversation comes easily. Our steps lead us to a bookshop, and I stop to purchase one of the new releases. Ooh. It hadn't been out for long, and the contents have earned it some recognition among women's circles. With my curiosity piqued, I had to buy it. I hope it will be good. It's almost dinner time, but neither Sir Landon or Eugene are at home. Okay. The butler tells me that they went out for drinks. I take this opportunity for a quiet meal, then take a bath and change into a more comfortable outfit. Following that, I dismiss all the servants, leaving me alone. I find the peace and quiet soothing, but I have to recognize I do not enjoy being alone. I decide to busy myself with reading the book I bought earlier. What is this book about? It is true. I no longer have my own bedchambers. Where could I go and settle down? Going to my new bedroom means I will have to be alone with Eugene, but that's unavoidable. But the drawing room would allow me to escape for a little while longer. But be comfy in bed. We're going to the chambers. I eventually go to bed. I won't be able to avoid Eugene forever. And it is not by avoiding him that I will change our relationship, also true, which is why I chose here. I open the door to the room where I've spent a large part of my day, but tonight it will be different. There is no reason something bad should happen. I sit down and cover my legs to read peacefully. I start to read my book and quickly become engrossed. I understand what makes it so infamous. It says it talks about a woman who travels and seduces men anywhere she goes. Ooh, how fun. But mostly it is due to the content being quite explicit. The man she had met earlier was undressing before her eyes. His muscles were well defined. She kissed... Of course you'd come in right now, Eugene. Your book looks exciting. I feel like my heart tries to climb up my chest from the surprise and shock. I knew he was coming, but why did it have to be just in the middle of this scene? Yes. I didn't hear you come in. I hope I'm not making a strange face, or that he will begin asking questions about the book. I knocked, but you did not hear. I'm sorry. As usual, a heavy silence falls when he takes off his jacket. What is the book about? He has his back towards me as he takes off his shirt to place it on the chair next to him. My eyes settle on my husband's slightly muscular back. Who would have thought you could find even traces of muscle in such a scholarly man? I love that one. It's not even really funny. The thought is just funny. Because you know what? You know what? I get it. Especially around this time. What do you mean? Like, what are they doing? He's so scholarly. Why would he have muscles? Why would he have well-defined muscles? I don't know. Also, it's very much at the forefront of her mind because the book, which she's talking about right now. And why did the current passage have to talk about a man getting undressed in front of the heroine right before a night of passion? How should I explain my book? You could just say this woman travels a lot and meets lots of different people. It is a woman. It is about a woman who travels the world to learn different embroidery techniques, among other things. That seems interesting. Would you lend it to me? Yeah, you can have it later, like way later, sure. I doubt you will be interested. My tone must have been cold since he froze for a moment before he finished donning his dressing gown. Shock on face. Oh my god. I mean, I do like his hair, like, up and stuff, but there's something about, the hair down situation. Oh. Don't mind me. Also, this red. He looks so fancy. He settles down on the tiny bench and begins arranging pillows and a blanket. You'll not sleep on that bench, surely. This way I will not bother you. You're just like an adult person. Like an adult man, a grown-up. Like, could you sleep on that bench for real? Like, I don't think you'd fit. Neither will Eleanor, but still. We are married. Your courtesy is uncalled for. We should already be sleeping together. And not only sleeping. This is inevitable. I'm rooting for you. Again, rooting for them. No doubt about it. He finally gives up under my stubborn stare. You can be stubborn. Determined when you get an idea into your head. The meaning is the same, but I appreciate the nuance. At last, he joins me and slips under the blanket. He takes a quick look at the book on my lap, so I quickly close it and put it on the bedside table. He's not tonight, buddy. Can I talk to you, frankly? Of course. I recognize I have been hard on you. I did not make much of an effort as well. But I don't need you to try to accommodate to my past situation. I've been married once before. I know what that entails. I slept with my ex-husband and even more. So treat me like your wife. That's all I ask. Unless it's the very fact I've been married that is the issue. No, I knew what I was getting myself into. Your past never mattered to me. But this is an arranged marriage that was imposed on you. Well, then, why not ask me what I want, rather than coming to your own conclusions? Yes, communication is key. You were right. I shall treat you as my wife from now on. Thank you. He looks at me, and even if I don't mind at the beginning, embarrassment starts creeping up. Is everything all right? I'm happy to see your honest smile once again. It is so beautiful. Whoa, okay, what a charmer. I feel my heart beat fast and my face suddenly heating up. I have a hard time believing that this man isn't a womanizer. Lol. Isn't he aware of how he says things? I mean, I did say that was really smooth, to be honest. Like, I recognize that fact. Let me drink some water while we reflect on how smooth that sentiment was and how it was delivered and things. Okay, Eugene. It is impossible to stay mad at him when he acts this way. My smile isn't that. I was about to turn away from Eugene to compose myself when he softly grabs me by the chin and brushes my lips with his thumb. The contact, soft and warm, awakens a long-forgotten languor inside of me, or in me, rather. I want him to kiss me, to touch me. I accept you reminding me of my mistake, but I forbid you to deny your own beauty. Again, smooth, okay. His eyes are determined and serious. I will not do this anymore. Sadly, I'm the only one who desires contact, since he backs away. Very well. We can now sleep. Yes. Have a good night, Eugene. He lies down with his back toward me, and it saddens me a little. Good night. They weren't gonna give this all in one night. I was like, whoa, what's gonna happen? I too was looking forward to this particular scene. Anyways, it's okay. You know, take it slow. It's a slow burn. Do love a slow burn. I switch off the only light on in the room, then slip under the blanket, my heart still racing. I doubt I will sleep anytime soon, unlike him. Are you sure he's asleep? Sadly, I will have to do with only a light touch. For tonight, at least. Ooh. Okay. I close my eyes, trying to sleep. The silence is complete, and even so, I cannot sleep. The light bothers me. I was pretty sure I had switched it off. Opening my eyes, I see it doesn't come from my side, but from Eugene's. You're awake? I mean, you are awake. No, I was reading your book. Interesting things are happening, so you couldn't sleep. In my panic, I feel my heart trying to rise out of my chest. What? Give it back to me. I straighten up quickly to grab the book, but to no avail. He holds it firmly. So you like erotic novels? He seems serious, but I can see a light smirk. Give it back to me. Blush, blush. Why? I have the right to read it, right? Since we are married, we share everything. But not this book. I'm awfully embarrassed, and I don't know how to justify myself. You don't need to justify yourself. Especially since he pulls the book behind him, which forces me to lean over him. He takes the opportunity to wrap his free arm around my back. His hand slides along. I just read before I read. Like, I read the sentence in my mind before I read it out loud, and I literally was just like, whoa, okay. Okay, take a moment. Things might start to get a little crazy. Okay, we'll see. His hand slides along my lower back, sending light shivers down my spine. I have a hard time staying calm. We have never been this close. I will give it back to you on one condition. He brings his lips closer to my ear and whispers, "Hello." Oh, my god. They said, whoa, CG, go. This will be a night to remember then. Kiss me, Eleanor. If I had achieved to stay calm despite the panic, my composure suddenly leaves. And tongue too, my god. Okay, I mean, that's totally fine. They're a married couple. Also, I just was not expecting to see that as a CG, but you know, I love it. Great. We love this for them. Absolutely. My body stiffens and I can feel my cheeks burning. This is everything I wanted, so why am I so embarrassed? Is that a promise? I never go back on my word. I lean on his chest and straighten up to drop a kiss on his lips. He lets go of the book, but I don't have the time to take it. Now that he has an additional free hand, he slips it behind my neck. What was only a light brush of lips is morphing into a long and intense kiss. My lips part slightly to take a breath, and I feel Eugene's tongue entering to explore my mouth. I could push him away, but I don't want to. Why would you even think about that, pushing him away? You definitely don't want to. Both of you don't want to. This is great. We love that. On the contrary, I feel relieved from a heavy weight that I didn't know I was carrying. I feel so clumsy, but I still slide my tongue against his, becoming more and more at ease as the kiss intensifies. Ooh. Caught up in the moment, I forget to breathe to the point that Eugene stops me. You are quite generous with your kisses. Even his breath is heavy when he puts a finger on my lips. However, he does not wait long again before he kisses me again. I just said again twice in the same sentence. I use the few breaks he allows me to settle a little bit more comfortably against his body. Ooh. Eugene's heart beats as loudly as mine, the desire increasing the more our bodies touch. His hand runs down to the end of my nightgown, then he pulls the fabric up my legs. His hand barely brushes my body, but I feel my muscles spasming. Be patient. I do not have a clear enough mind to answer him fair. With the fabric out of the way, he caresses gently along my thigh. The gesture is enough to turn me on, especially when he reaches the inside. Oh, I forget that this is Jose After Dark. I don't know how much of this I can post on YouTube. I feel like this is fine, but like, question mark? I feel like this is not the most spicy I've like gotten on the channel, so we're fine. And it's also not visually graphic, right? Yeah, we're fine. Okay. I arch my back, unable to control my body. Doesn't matter, you guys. Okay. I literally can't read. Okay. I'm not gonna act like, well, not that I was really acting out things, but you know, let's just read. Why are you worried about this, Eleanor? You were literally, well, I guess, how far is Sir Landon's room? It's hopefully far enough away. But at the end of the day, you two are the owners of the house, so you're fine. Right. You guys are married. It's my own excuse, Eleanor says. He stifles a laugh and I lean a little to move my husband's housecoat out of the way. His muscled body shines from the sweat, lit only by a candle. I am lucky to be desired by him, if I could read properly. Even if he is not too patient. He appears bored by my movement of admiration. And more things happen. Yay for you. More kissing. More things. Even more. You know, I love this. You know, again, let me just have commentary from here. You know what? I love this for the Ravenswoods. Like, you know, look at them. They just need a little push and, like, first of all, communication. That's great. That's going to be such a solid foundation for them. And then also the fact that, like, they had to, you know, Sir Landon showing up and, like, Eleanor's like, yeah, I have to give up my room now, so we have to be in the same room, plus the book. All the things that lead to this great situation that you two are enjoying. I love that for you two. He has silver eyes. Oh my god, you're right. I hadn't even noticed. I mean, I thought they were blue. I want him. I want his silver eyes on me and only me. I want him to think only of me. I love that for you too. And then there's lots of knocking at the door and they're not stopping. Until I wake up in my bedroom, alone. It was a dream. I'm still short of breath. Even my heart is racing. And there's also I mean, don't blame. Wait, does none of this happen for real? Are you kidding me? Whatever. Okay, never mind. I mean, I don't take back what I said, but like, also, it's gonna happen at some point. It's gonna be fine. You should not be ashamed. It's fine. How can you dream about that? Desire? Oh my god, Eleanor. It's okay. It'll all work out. But I don't have a hard time guessing the culprit. Even the title is suggestive. In the Lady's Embrace, a fitting title. Oh, that's the name of the book. That's fun. I take a look at the book on my bedside table. The scene really looked like the night the heroine spent with her second lover. I did not think I was missing a relationship that much. I will have to find a solution before I do something stupid. You could just, talk to your husband about it. Unless you just don't want him. That's so fair, Then, by all means, do something else. But I grabbed the book, wanting to throw it away, but it's quite nice. But perhaps I should follow my desires. I mean, I will not blame you. No judgment here, What's happening? I don't hear anything. Ah. Okay, so our gallery has two. Let me see. Whoa, okay. So, I have been playing for an hour now. I guess I could go very quickly and just make opposite choices and see what's happening. If we just choose more of the... Let's ignore him. We're not really going to, read. Okay, we're ignoring him. Smile. I just want to see if this leads us to more Sir Landon interactions. Though, you know, I already like Eugene. Eleanor and Eugene make such a fine couple, so... I mean, he is the head of the house. So... Okay, there's a new person. Oh, this is... okay. This is when Landon comes in. Sorry, I just don't want to make this video extra long, so... I was like, I should do another video, and I was like, it's not good. It's gonna be like 5 minutes. I mean, definitely we can see the perspective differs from the other choices. But the choices I made earlier, but that's okay. 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 Wow, they just don't even meet him. It is true he's hard on you. Okay. Okay. Do you need something? What do you need, sir? Books, okay. Okay, tour of the manor. Okay. And then we're still gonna be in the same bed. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're talking about books, so that's our connection between Eleanor and Edwin. In the library. A CG. Oh. 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 Cute. My God. Sorry. A lot of this is gonna be me reacting without reading. I mean, I'm reading out loud at least. I'm not reading out loud. Okay, so you recommended a book. Why do you feel nervous? It's only an accident, but your heart's beating very rapidly. You're like, it's only because I haven't been close with a man for a long time. I mean, like, you could be close with a man and not like him, and you would not feel like you wouldn't feel positive about that interaction. Versus, like, if you think, you know, you're attracted to them. I mean, you didn't do anything wrong. Well, technically none of you did anything wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with, like, the book almost falling or whatever, so it's fine. They'll figure it out. Okay, we're walking, we're going to the bookstore, we're going to the drawing room instead of the chambers. I'll read this, I guess. I choose the drawing room. The settee is more comfortable and I won't have to cross paths with anyone. Arrange the cushions to my liking, take off my slippers to put up my feet. Once I'm comfortable enough, I finally open my book to discover why people talked about it so much. I need only a few pages to understand the reason. The story involves a woman who travels around the world to learn embroidery techniques. But she does not hesitate to seduce the men on her way. We follow her stories with different lovers, and it is explicit, to say the least. I'm so engrossed by that when someone takes a book off my hands, I take a while to react. Interesting. I didn't know you had that kind of taste, Lady Ravenswood. My blood runs cold under the panic, and I quickly take my book back, which makes him laugh. It is not what you think. He can't help but laugh louder. I feel so ashamed. Please, don't panic. I was teasing you. I have read this one myself, and I must say it is quite good. And there is no shame in liking that kind of story. Or is there? No, but... He sits down on the settee next to my feet, not bothering me. How did you happen to hear about this book, Sir Landon? Oh, well, the author is a good friend, so she gave me a copy. I close the book and set it down on my lap. I really doubt I will have any more time to continue for the evening. I think she did it as a way to apologize. He seems to be taking it all lightly, so lightly that it's truly refreshing. I can't help but want to know more. To apologize, but why? Because one of the heron's lovers was inspired by me. Oh, which one? You are already halfway through, so what do you think? Which one would you say I am? Well, I don't know you well enough. And even less the way you are in that sort of moment. I avert my gaze, quite embarrassed, but he smiles and runs his fingers down my shin, as if he is drawing. Okay. So, can I ask you a question? He looks up at me and stares. Of course, ask away. What was your first impression of me? Now that we have had some time together, I'm curious. That is a difficult question. Open, intelligent man? You gave me an impression of being observant and open. Even more when we were in the study, you showed interest in all kinds of genres, which is not unusual or not usual, and you were considerate of my feelings. He seems to be pleasantly surprised, going by his wide smile. Really? I'm glad to see you take such a kind view of me, my lady. Well, I'm sorry. I'm only stating the truth. You have no need to lie to me, anyways. He leans towards me, and there are only my legs now to separate us. His closeness does not really bother me, but even so, I'm surprised he takes so many liberties. Eugene is a lucky man. Eugene is a lucky man. He's a kind, charming, intelligent wife. He knows how to ingratiate himself, yes, there is no doubt. I watched him, not knowing what to think of his behavior. Is he trying to seduce me, or is he trying to flatter me just to please me? What exactly do you want, Sir Landon? When I say you are an intelligent woman, you did not answer my question. I stare at him, leaving no room for him to flee this conversation. Very well, I understand flattery won't work on you. He raises his hands, accepting his defeat. He did not think I could be so stubborn. You have been honest, so I will be, too. I find you really charming, and I want to look good in your eyes. I want your favors. I'm taken aback. Maybe I shouldn't have asked that question. You don't know me, but we will have time to get to know each other. Does it bother you? If that was the case, would you stop? I would. I mean it. I mean to earn your favor, not your hatred. I am divided myself. After all, it would be a good opportunity to make Eugene realize that I am a woman and not only a pretty flower. I stand up. I don't want to be too accessible at that moment, even though his little charming number was not at all unpleasant. It is late. I should go to sleep. I wish you a good night, Sir Landon. Sir Landon stands up as well and grabs my hand delicately before kissing it. Then a second one on the tip of one of my fingers. Ooh. I wish you a night full of pleasant dreams, my lady. Blush, blush. I'm not used to being touched this way, and I have to admit it doesn't leave me unfazed. My heart starts beating so fast that I imagine it can be heard all over the room. Without another word, I take my book and leave for bed. Eugene is already sleeping, and I lie down silently next to him, looking to fall asleep as well. Sadly, it does not come to me. My mind replays images of the evening in Sir Landon's company. It has been a long time since I was last treated like he treated me. As sleep does not come, I end up getting out of bed and going to be in the kitchen and search for a glass of water. Then I go to the drawing room, and to my surprise, Sir Landon is still there. He is reading my book from earlier. I was so sure I took it back with me. You did. You are not sleeping. He has his own copy. Sir Landon looks up at me. I'm quite the night owl, so I have a hard time sleeping early. Well, don't stand there. There's enough room next to me. I join him, thinking about what happened earlier. He looks like he already forgot. I sit down next to him and drink silently. I am watching him from the corner of my eye. Are you so indifferent to my presence? You know that you are, as well. I did too much already. I do not agree. He turns towards me, quite interested. I should not have said that. He closes in on my face. So I should deduce you wanted more. I don't answer. Neither do I move, letting him draw nearer and nearer. He waits for a couple of seconds before closing the distance left between us. Our lips touch, triggering a shiver down my spine. I had completely forgotten this feeling. He grabs my thigh to push me down onto the settee. I'm aware this is forbidden, but it feels more exciting for that very reason. My goodness. I didn't know you were craving it so much. He enjoys my glare of annoyance, but then he turns his attention away from my face and down the rest of my body. Honestly, I don't know what I expected. I literally was like, what's gonna happen? Don't ask me. He draws my nightgown open and immediately leans to kiss my neck. Oh. A loud exhale escapes my lips. Sorry, the music's getting loud. I turn slightly to my side to provide him with better access to my neck, and my gasps are getting louder and louder. He opens his shirt, allowing me to discover his well-developed body. His muscles are well-defined. It is my very first time seeing such a strong man. He ends up ridding himself of his shirt entirely, and his arms are well-developed. We love to see that. I lose all focus when he starts nibbling my neck, and a moan escapes me. I arch my back towards the ceiling, and our bodies press against each other. This is the moment where I realize that my night won't be one of rest. Look at me. Who else could I look at? I am mesmerized by his muscles. I love that thought, Eleanor. I slide my fingers along his chest, then draw them along his stomach. He spends that time exploring the top of my neckline with his tongue, making me shiver in pleasure. Okay, love that for you too. I love that Eugene's just dead asleep, like, in his room. He's just like, I'm gone, guys. You could at least call me by my name. It's just the two of us. He is right. Fortunately, this doesn't stop him. And he keeps on going. And going. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about this because, like, I get it, but also, this doesn't make me feel good. I don't think we should be doing this, but you know what? No judgment. But I'd be interested in seeing this story develop even further. Just like in terms of the story and like, how does it all work out? And considering that she's married. Also, this is like literally the first night. Like, oh my god. Oh. 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 Like, literally it's the first night. It's literally the first night. And unlike the other thing, with Eugene, this is not going to be a dream. Or is it? Maybe it's going to be a dream. Maybe both of these are dreams, because this is way too wild for the first night. Like, I could maybe... Oh, hello. I could maybe see it with Eugene, because, like, they're married and, like, they already have, like, built... Whoa. Okay. How fun. I love this for you. But yeah, maybe she's dreaming, like she went to bed and then she's like, I imagine they had to go up and get water. Someone knocks on the door. Okay, so this definitely was true. I was like, girl, about both of them. I mean, they were separate for making different choices, but still. Your heart is racing. Okay, and that's the end of the demo for In the Ladies' Embrace. Let me know what you think. So far, how do you feel between the two men? Obviously, Eleanor is married to Eugene, and Edwin is Eugene's best friend, but he's also charming in his own. They're both very charming in their own way. This is very interesting. Wow. Like, I thought, I did not expect this. Even though I'm just like, this is a Josei After Dark. This is the 18 plus female gaze romance thing that's happening, so I don't know why I didn't expect it, but let me know, who would you pick just based on this demo? Would you pick Eugene? Would you be willing to like work on your relationship with your slightly like he's very reserved husband, or would you go for his more charming and open and enthusiastic friend, Edwin? No judgments here in this space. I will say that I do prefer Eugene, like that story between the two of them. Though again, I am very interested in what would happen between Eleanor and Edwin. So I'm looking forward to the full game, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please press the like button. And if you'd like to see more of my playthroughs of visual novels here on the channel, then feel free to subscribe. I'm very close to hitting 150 subscribers, and I really hope I can make it by the end of the year. And I appreciate every single one of you who take, all of you, because you take your time to, watch my videos and hear my commentary. And that's just amazing. It kind of boggles my mind that, people want to spend time doing that. So thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.